And we are going. What is going on with everybody? It is your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Orange Dungeon. Haven't been here in a long time. Giving it to you real raw rugged, and got somebody on the other line. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Who we got?
Got Shawn Cee in the building. Know what I'm saying?
Third time. Third time, man.
It's third?
First time was the interview. That's when we first met. Second time was the last one we did like this, and now it's the third time.
I feel like it's been more than that.
Only three times, man.
Yeah.
It's probably feel like a lot because like every time we do these, I kind of like like dominate the conversation, tell you like how wrong you are. So
Right.
you
We're
know,
gonna see if you're gonna keep the record going.
hey, we will see, man. Because I've seen it. I've been watching you. You know what I'm saying? You've had some pretty bad takes, but we're gonna get into that, man.
I mean, nothing is as abysmal as you co-signing it. Honestly, never mind. So we good though.
That is one of the best albums of last year, though. So
I mean, that's what you say, but
that's
you know
what
what I'm
it
saying?
is.
I think that's a pretty shitty take, but it's
how,
hard. It's hard.
how though? How though?
I mean, I've told you, we've been down this road.
Was that in the last
You know what
video?
I'm saying? Yeah, I think so.
Was it?
Because last year, I think honestly, never mind, it already came out.
Let me
I think we
check that.
talked about it. May, was it June?
Let me see.
It might have been this time. It might have been this time last year.
Let's see. This is how unprepared niggas are because I do not remember when that album came out. That album came out in June the 17th,
Oh yeah.
and we did the video. Let's see. We did our video on
Come on.
June 23rd.
Exactly.
So it was it was right afterwards.
So
Interesting. So has it?
nigga
So
was.
you're still on the wrong side of history?
No. I'm just saying. You just showed that you was wrong there. I think you should stop.
No. I didn't know. No. I didn't take a. Don't do that. I did not take a
No,
firm
I'm just
stance.
saying.
I did not take a firm
I'm just
stance on
saying when
that.
niggas ain't prepared, they just they a little shaky on their frame on other
Are you
conversations. Like
still on the wrong side of history, sir?
nah, that's never gonna age well. It's gonna be another house album that come out from a better singer, from a better orchestrator that knows how to put that shit together and deliver it, and it's gonna be way better. It's gonna be way more fascinating, way more creative, and niggas gonna be like, "What the fuck was Drake doing?"
Who do you want to
That's
hear?
what you should be asking.
Who do you want to hear do a house album that doesn't make that type of music already, but you would like for them to transition to that lane? You want to hear Travis Scott do it, nigga? You want to hear?
No, Sampa. Sampa.
I think that's what you said last time, if I'm not mistaken.
I
You said
did, and
Sanford.
I'm still on that.
Okay.
Sampa can be on that. I think Georgia Smith would be good on that too. I don't like her solo music like that for real.
Fun fact: never heard a Georgia Smith song in my life.
Really?
No.
You're not missing much. You're not missing much.
I know
But
she looks
She
good.
made a new song recently. She does, but she made a new song recently.
I did see that.
It was like, it was decent. It was better than her previous stuff.
Gotcha. Well, before we get into this, man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Life been smooth. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain.
Life is interesting because you're from Michigan. Everybody knows that.
Please, bro. Please don't.
No. I'm just gonna say that I'm proud of you, man, because
I appreciate that,
when
man.
well, no, you've been on the you were on my live stream. Remember that? I forgot about that. You were on my live stream, and we talked about this on the live stream years ago. You
Mhm.
were kind of out of the loop on Michigan music, and I'm all round of applause. You seem to be a little up to date on your Michigan music, so I love to see that, man. I love to see that.
I think at the time though, it's more about like local. So like, I don't know for whatever reason. I don't remember when that live stream was, but like,
Years ago.
yeah, the area I guess I was like, niggas weren't playing shit that wasn't already like in rotation. Like,
Yeah.
you go to a function or some shit like that, you go to a party or whatever, a DJ is supposed to play you something that's like a little local or from the area, but I don't know for whatever reason that wasn't happening at the time. And so most recently, probably within like the last probably 3 years or so, it happens a lot more where it's like, okay, here go this nigga, you probably gonna see him around the area if you live out here soon. We gonna put him on, we gonna put this person on. Like, I'm not gonna say like they're the, but they kind of are like the tastemakers, you know what I'm saying? So for whatever reason, when you asked me about it last time, it just wasn't happening.
Who are
Like,
your
that was the way for me to know.
Who are your guys coming out right now, like in Michigan? Like, who do you like the most in that Michigan area?
I'm a big fan. Well, I won't say huge fan, but like, I like what Bees is doing. I like what I mean, if he can get it together to formulate like a good album, I think Baby Smooth would be on the rise. You know what I'm saying? Baby Tron got a partner somewhere. I just don't remember his name. Every time he dropped music,
Stan
I
Will.
try to remember. Yeah. I feel like he got a little bit more potential than Baby Tron actually, but I don't know if it's gonna get realized for a full album. And I'm a big fan of Babyface Ray. I'm trying to think. It was another nigga I was just listening to the other day. I don't remember his name. And Lonnie Bands. He had a great album last year too. So I'm waiting on some more music from him.
I was just talking about Lonnie Bands yesterday. That nigga could put together words, bro. Like
That nigga is a
he's lyrical. Like not like lyrical for like a street rapper. Like that nigga can rap really well.
no. He can rap, but like sometimes you'll listen to a song, or you listen to somebody, like, I'm worried about this nigga.
Oh no, yeah, no, his life sucks for sure.
Yeah, it's so shit.
His life is like what did he say? My friend texted me a bar the other day. I was listening to the nigga because like he got shot in the head. He still got like bullet fragments in his head. Very
Yeah.
sad life. But that's one of them niggas where I really hope that nigga could blow up to like get some positive impact on his life. Cause like every time a nigga rap, he just like, I don't want to be here no more. Nigga. I'm finna kill somebody. And I'm just like, God damn, bro. Like,
I mean, that's how it is for a lot of niggas though.
yeah,
So it's like I hear him. I be hearing rap sometimes. I be like, it sucks, but it's like you like, the homie for real. Not on no parasocial shit, but just on some like, I know like a bunch of niggas like you.
is
I don't feel like he putting it on for sales or whatever. You know what I mean?
no, for sure. I feel like in this day and age of rap, everybody kind of wants you to be like super duper real and authentic, or like you're gonna get like exposed by like freaking Trapler Ross or something. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean, it will be an 8-hour video made.
you
So.
will be an 8 hour documentary made on Trapler Ross, telling you that you're not really about that life. So.
That King Von video is crazy. I never actually watched it, but just seeing the thumbnail
Yeah.
like pop up one time, like, yo, this is insane that niggas actually sat down and watched this.
How does it feel to know that you're responsible for people like Trapler Ross? Like you basically you showed me him, you promoted him.
No. You and I still have the clip. I don't know why you keep lying about this. You and that one nigga, the one girl with the platinum hair, whatever the fuck her name was, you showed me both of these niggas. I'm sitting on the opposite end, super confused. Who are these niggas? You like, yo, there's this one nigga from the UK, Trapler Ross. Do you know about him? No, nigga, I don't. You showed me like 3 documentaries. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is this in your history?
Stop lying. That did not happen.
You've been lying about this ever since. I don't know why you're trying to rewrite history.
Okay, so what? Okay, so like when we did have that conversation, he was at one spot. Now he's totally in a much more successful spot.
Blown up.
So like when you see stuff like that, I think that one girl don't make videos no more. The white girl, I don't think she made videos no more, if I'm not mistaken. I forget her name. Remember her name?
No, I don't. I just remember she had
she dressed up as XXX. She dressed up as XX for Christmas. I mean, for Christmas, for Halloween that one time. That was
I remember that.
Great stuff. But now that he has blown up, like, I guess this brings me to like a real first topic because we haven't talked about anything. Freaking hip hop media. So hip hop media. When I say that, what do you think about? Like, where do you think? What is your thoughts of hip hop media? Like the current state of it.
The Indian niggas that be running the Twitter pages,
Rap House TV.
Yeah. The foreign niggas that be coming on and they be like posting all the crazy shit that rappers be doing.
Yeah.
Adam 22, Vlad. I don't think of nobody. I'm not gonna say like reputable because you get your opinions. Like there's opinions that you can get from certain sources, but I don't really consider like opinionated stuff media.
Yeah.
It's more like this person's interpretation of what's coming out right now. But when I'm speaking like in regards to media, the only person like black related that most people get their media from is academics. Even if they don't want to, like that's gonna be one of their sources. Outside of that, there's nobody else that I'm thinking about that's like the face of it outside of like, foreign niggas and white niggas.
Any thoughts on that? Like, is that do you think that's a good thing or bad thing? A thing? Like,
I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And you either accept it or you don't. but I think at least for me, it's like there's no way around it. I mean, you could try to gatekeep it, I guess, but you're gonna have a hard time trying to get everybody on board
Yeah.
to stop feeding into a funnel that's already being flooded. Most people aren't trying to find the valid or the accurate quote unquote source of anything. And that Megan Thee Stallion Tory Lanez thing was a big example of that. A lot of the hip hop media niggas, they had a narrative in their mind and they decided to run with one specific thing, and a bunch of niggas, you know what I'm saying, ended up getting it wrong. And so you got people that can fuel and feed a whole narrative against a person and ultimately end up being wrong, end up having to, basically suffer zero consequences, not offer up any public apology on behalf of their media, on behalf of their company, on behalf of their social media directors or anything like that, and they just get to keep going. In regards to how I would feel about it, it don't really matter. I can't do anything about it. Like, nobody can. Outside of just stopping, you stop feeding into it.
One of the first times I remember, like, it's not hip hop media, but well, no, well, this was Vibe magazine, but this was black media.
Uh-huh.
I remember when what's his name, Jussie Smollett thing happened,
Uh-huh.
and there was articles being written like straight black men are like the cause of this type of stuff or whatever because they were believing his like story. Then it came
Right.
out that bro was fibbing, and like you said, like there was no like we jumped the gun, you know what I'm saying? We retract these statements.
Yeah.
None of that. It was just well, on to the next thing. So I do think that's interesting that there's no like accountability being held for like journalists all over. I don't really think that's a hip hop media thing. I think that's a media type of thing at this point. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
very
think so.
very interesting. But yeah, man, hip hop media sucks. You made it sound way better than it was. It stinks. It's not in a good place. It's terrible because it's filled with a bunch of people who I would say it's like all types of people. It's people that like just started listening to like rap in 2015,
Right.
mixed in with like people who have like nefarious motives, like ulterior motives, and they're trying to gain certain stuff. There's not a lot of like pure relationships between journalists and rappers. I don't know if I brought this up with you. Maybe it was with Alphonse from Pitchfork, but I remember when Clubhouse first started, there was a room with like everybody who was a part of the Reasonable Doubt album. And one of the
Okay.
journalists who wrote for one magazine, I forget, he basically was saying that the week before the Reasonable Doubt dropped, he spent a week with Jay Z. He rode around with Jay Z. He went to stores with Jay Z. Went to the studio with Jay Z. He just spent the whole week with Jay Z and wrote about it. And it's like we don't get stuff like that anymore. We don't get Drake is gonna drop an album. He spent the week with this guy, and it's just like get those type of just like articles and insight that you wouldn't get from a nigga who really don't have like not even knowledge of hip hop, but getting that like that just like a little bit much more information and that more bond. You're feeling comfortable with the person. You'll talk to the journalist. We don't get that anymore. So it's a bunch of
I
reasons why
mean,
hip hop is trash. But yeah,
I
that's
mean,
one.
one reason why you might not get that though is because a lot of these niggas don't. I mean, I could say to some degree, it's not a lot of respectable journalists to go to or pick from in the field
Yeah,
to even make rappers comfortable having those conversations. But I also think there's so much of an incentive for those same writers and journalists to basically, hop on a dick and ride like crazy of any rapper that's popping, and they could kind of recontextualize a lot of silly shit to kind of make it seem like, oh, it's this cool like great thing, when in reality, like, I couldn't picture I wouldn't imagine or want to imagine a world where Drake is like, hey man, I'm gonna spend a week with this person, and then the article gets written and it's a bunch of bullshit in it because Drake wanted his life or his persona or his image to appear a certain way. It's like, it's not authentic anyway. So like, I do think that that's a great idea, but you have to pair a very specific type of rapper with a very specific type of journalist for that type of, what I'm saying, creation to be what you want it to be.
yeah. Well, that's like the journalistic integrity. That's where that comes in because like if you're gonna go around a rapper just to like you said, ignore this type of stuff just to meat ride the nigga, there's
Right.
that. But like, yes, you do need like a journalist with like integrity and somebody who's like willing to be kind of just like
Transparent.
transparent and vulnerable. So yeah, I think those two things do need to match up. But yeah, man, just with that and just like I said, like the type of like sensationalized videos that we're just kind of talking about, like with like freaking 4K. Hey, you want to see King Von die? I got the 4K video right here. You could pay a little extra for it if you want it. It's yeah, that's crazy.
I think people want that excitement. Like they don't have what I've realized too, especially when streaming. I've realized that people are so like they really and I thought it was a joke for a while, but like niggas really don't be outside. They don't go anywhere. They don't talk to people. They don't, you know what I'm saying, socialize. And so like their way of feeling something is to sometimes literally like hop on Twitter and watch like some shock jock shit, or not shock jock, but like some gory shit, or just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm so invested in this because in my mind I'll never be around nothing like this. This will never happen to anybody that I know. So of course I want to watch a video about it. Of course I want to see this nigga bleed out after getting shot. You know what I'm saying? However many times. Like that's exciting to them. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but it's just I didn't think that it was as serious as it actually was. Like niggas are actually like that.
See, that's my point. You have stuff like that, and you have like somebody like Adam 22 who I feel like Adam 22 don't really think black people are smart. I've seen enough videos to feel that way.
I agree.
I feel like he's like undermining like black people's intelligence. Then you have niggas like academics who he's been talked about ad nauseum. And you have like big companies who I feel like are behind the times. It's just I don't know. I feel like hip hop media could be at such a better place, but I don't know. It may be like a representation of where we're at in hip hop because I don't know, bro. Sometimes I listen to hip hop and I'm like, hip hop might
You
be
feel
dead.
numb.
Hip hop might be dead, bro. you know, I don't
I
know,
mean,
man.
everybody's probably gonna have a little. You know, you're gonna have a dry spell if you take in too much of anything. And I think hip hop has been like so bullied, like because it's been one of the more popping genres. I think so many people expect the most from it without going anywhere else to seek, you know what I'm saying, any type of entertainment.
Yeah,
Now, there's gonna be a lot of people that still have a bunch of different genres that they listen to and everything like that. But I mean, if you do a particular thing for so long, or you listen to a particular thing for so long, like I've heard the narrative, especially this year specifically, because we haven't gotten a release from a big artist. Hip hop is probably not going to survive because nobody topped the charts this year when it comes to hip hop. All the rappers, they falling off. They really not dropping nothing interesting. And I'm like, bro, it's a bunch of shit that's coming out. There's probably some local shit that you don't know about. And it's like, this is your opportunity, especially when big niggas are, you know what I'm saying, taking their time away, taking their time off. You know, you're not going to get another Kendrick album probably until you're 35, which is good. You should revel in that and go look for some other niggas. And at least for me, it's just been able to shine a much brighter spot on people who don't necessarily get that shine. I would say most people, I'm probably not going to say most people, but a lot of people gave a lot of acknowledgement to the Danny Brown and the JPEG Mafia joint that came out this year. It didn't top charts, but in the beginning, I feel like if we're going to revert to what it was in the beginning, quote unquote, like it didn't really receive that acknowledgement. And a part of why it ended up being so devalued is because it was so popularized. And so, and when you get something that's like so easily commercialized and you're able to profit off of it so much, you're going to get way more generic, way less creative versions of it. And so during this break period where it's not that popping, where it's not that popular, not a lot of people are talking about it, and it's still being talked about a lot, but to an extent where everybody's chilling and we get to kind of shift through the debris and look for like what's the best, even if it's not popular right now. Like I think that's a good opportunity for people to like look into what it is that they're listening to and be like, you know what, maybe this dude that I've been listening to for however long isn't as great as I thought he was originally. Maybe there's somebody that I don't know about who's better.
it's like I've never been a person who was like obsessed with numbers ever. Like I've never been
Right.
a nigga that been like, oh, like my favorite rapper has 15 number ones. Like I don't care, bro. Like my favorite album of like 2021 was like the Makami album. That album probably sold like 123 copies, bro. Like I don't care though. I think the album is great. Like that nigga's an
Okay.
amazing rapper. That nigga said that he said he's so fly. He made Meghan Markle hop out the whip and grab the Duchess. That's a crazy bar to me. You know, she's the Duchess of England. He made her hop out to get the Duchess. That's crazy. That's crazy. But
I mean, that's fire, but like, I don't know. Matt Comey put me to sleep.
What'd you say? My God put you to sleep. Did
Yeah,
you
that's
listen to pray?
right.
For, you listen to pray for Haiti?
I did.
You didn't
I
like it?
tried. Nah, I didn't.
Man, he's so good, man.
I never hopped on the Malcolm, you know, little craze. I respect it though. Don't get me wrong. I respect it. I know the nigga can rap though. I just like, I try. I just like my eyes just start fluttering. I just be like, bro, you gotta stop.
Oh my. Let's stop you there. Let's stop
I
you there.
know. I know. I know.
Regardless of your thoughts on Makami, I've never been the guy who's chart watching or anything.
Right. Right.
I do
Right.
know what's going on in the sense that the number ones aren't hip hop or whatever. But it's just weird to me that like hip hop has become that. That's how you know hip hop has become commercialized when people talking about the numbers more than the music because there's so many albums that are fire that I see people clown because it didn't sell a lot the first week. And it's like, bro, who cares, dog? Like, nigga, like, why are you worried? Like, how is that affecting your life? Like, how is how much a nigga sold affecting you? It should only be about the music. Like that nigga probably don't even care how much he sold, cause a lot of niggas they be talking about, they know they not finna sell that much. So it's like, why are you caring more than they are? So I feel like
Right.
that's how you know we've gotten to like the very almost whitewashed version of hip hop. That like that's the niggas will bring up sales before they bring up the quality of the music, and it's like, huh, that's not good.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like a lot of those mainstream artists. I mean, they talk about things that are pretty vapid anyway. Like people that are selling the most generally don't have as much substance. And I think maybe you could say to a degree it's a whitewash narrative, but at the same time, like the same people that echo these sentiments, you know, are popping black rappers, and they say things that okay, like I got, and obviously this ain't representative of the entire community or nothing like that, but like you might hear a what's a recent album that came out. I didn't listen to it. Um, I'm trying to remember his name. What is that nigga name, bro? I forgot his
Cannabis.
name. What the fuck is this nigga's name? He kind of look like a turtle. Oh my god, I can't think of it.
Like a turtle.
It's not. What is that nigga's name? He used to date one of the. Was it one of the city girls, or am I tripping?
Nigga, Moneybag Yo.
There you go. There you go. And so, a lot of the music that I listen to from Moneybag is kind of like is vapid. I can't really expect a nigga who, when I'm listening to a lot of their stuff, at least their mainstream appeal, they say a lot about like how much money they get and how much
Yeah.
material I got, and then their fan base echoes the sentiment that, oh, this nigga sells a lot of records. Like, well, that's what he wants you to say. So if that's the nigga that don't end up selling well, I understand why people say that about him. I don't think it's a good argument. I wouldn't use it as like a quality thing, but like a lot of these artists, they be low key saying like, if your favorite rapper of choice, if he broke, if he ain't got nothing, if he not this, then you know, is he really worth anything? So I don't know if it's really like a whitewash perspective, but I think it's more of like so easily attaching yourself to whatever a rapper says.
Well, you know who brought that into the game, right? Like talking about numbers and stuff, hip hop specifically. You know the first rapper to do that?
So
50. 50
I
was
believe that.
50 was the nigga who came out like, cause I was you ever seen like when him and Kanye was going back, like who was gonna get the number one album when he dropped
Right.
ooh, excuse me, I forget which album that was, but when they both was going at it,
You know, I think it was between Get Rich and wait, was it?
I don't know, it wasn't Get Rich, it was dang, which one was it? Whatever it was, I do remember they were going back and
Oh, I think it was. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know they were going back and forth on that, and like 50 Cent was the one to epitomize that. But when I say like it's a white thing, hey, you can disagree with me all you want. Anybody watching this, white people, bro, they love numbers. White people are so obsessed with numbers. It's interesting to me. It's almost serial killer like they have such a fascination towards numbers. Think of I love sports. In sports, as like the past like 10 years, there's been advanced analytics, and essentially like they're stat people who don't even really care about the game. They're all about like, if you do this, it's at a lower percentage than if you do this. It's all about percentages and the percentage of this happening, the percentage of that happening, and it's not about like, oh, what about like this specific nigga and like just actually watching the game. It's like, no, it's about stats, and that's like a white people thing. Like they love numbers. Like I feel like every time you'll bring up like police brutality. They're like, well, yeah, well, 5% of black people were killed last year, but 23%. Like, they love numbers. Like, numbers are like how I feel like white people rationalize life almost. And it's not every white person, but it's definitely a lot of white people. So that's why I feel like, or why I say that it's a very whitewashed type of thing of hip hop.
I understand how it came about. I think keeping it in context is like the best way to look at it. If it's being used as like a metric of, area, how you can measure what places that you should go to tour, um, like what areas of the world that you should market to closest, like where your biggest fan
Yeah.
demographic is. I think stuff like that is extremely helpful. Because that was one of the things I think Brent Fayez was talking about in an interview. I think he started doing a lot of his work independent, and he went to areas that predominantly played his music most, bought his music most. I mean, you got to get these types of numbers just to know where you should be and who to market to. So I think it's a good thing or a good system to adhere to, especially if you don't want to be a slave to the system the whole time. Like, another aspect of numbers that you might speak of is like labels owning everything, and most of them being, a subsidiary of a much larger, conglomerate. But all of it's basically ruled by the same, company, or the same three companies. And so, to get out of that, you do still have to play the numbers game. So even though you might say it's like a whitewash type of thing, while I agree with you on one hand, it's like it's super beneficial to artists, especially independent artists, as they're coming up. On another hand,
Never not gonna say numbers don't play a part in like music and they're not important. I'm just specifically speaking on, I guess, the obsession of fans and like first week sales and things of that sort. Because like I said, I feel like they might care more than the artist sometimes, depending on who we're talking about. Because some artists might really care about their first week sales, but I feel like now in this day and age where they're really not getting money off of selling music anymore, and all the money is coming off other things like touring and merch and stuff like that. I feel like artists might not care as much as like their fans and be like, they went, oh, like your favorite artist sold 15,000 albums, but it's like, okay, this person sold 15,000 albums, and quality wise, their album is better than this album that sold 90,000. So I don't know. I feel like taking the conversation away from like the quality of the music and only looking at sales, I feel like that's going to even worsen the music, because now niggas don't even care about the quality that they're making in the studio, and now they're only thinking like, oh, how can I make this hit or whatever. Like, I know Kendrick is not getting in the studio and thinking this album is going to sell this much. You know what I'm saying? Because that niggas care about crafting his art. You know what I'm saying? Not
yeah.
that.
But
So there's that.
these arguments, I don't think are used for the proper fan base, generally speaking, either. Like, you gonna have a Eminem and a Drake fan arguing over who sells more records, probably, because not even about it being like lowest common denominator music, but just because like this is what a lot of people within this fan base probably value, as opposed to if you go and listen to somebody like Navy Blue, or any other myriad of underground or kind of not well known or not as well known artists. Like, they don't care about that. So like the conversation for the people that actually listen to the music from that smaller artist aren't usually ever going to involve sales. You might hear a conversation. I don't know if you've seen like the little friction that fan bases have gone on when it comes to like Baby Keem and JPEG Mafia, because he dissed him, or not dissed him, but he said something about
Yeah, I
like,
seen it.
yeah, it ain't nothing serious, but like
That
niggas have
wasn't even a
decided to
diss in
use
my
that.
opinion. I don't know how you feel about that,
Yeah,
but I didn't think it was a diss.
it was some simple shit. It was just a name drop, and he
Yeah.
was right. And Baby Keem has said the exact same thing. It's not like what I'm saying, they need to get into a war about it or nothing like that.
Well,
It fit with the rhyme scheme and everything like that. It wasn't that serious. But fan base decided to make it about like, oh, well, you could never, outsell Baby Keem. Baby Keem's way bigger than you, but that's Baby Keem's audience that is saying that. Nobody in JPEG Mafia's camp or his audience is saying, oh, well, look at how many records this sold, because they don't care. Like, most people that are within the proper fan base, I don't feel like they're ever having that conversation for people that it doesn't deserve to be had about.
even the fact that somebody from Baby Keem like fan base was like, well, he sells more. It's like, no duh. Like, of course
Right.
he
I
do,
mean, obviously.
So it's just, that's stupid. But yeah, man, hip hop is the music though. Get into the music of hip hop, the
Right.
actual music. I made a video, and I've been saying this for a long time. This is a kind of overarching statement about black music, so of course this includes hip hop. But I've just been sitting back listening to a lot of older music, like older as in like 40, 50 years ago. Like, the soul music or whatever, you know, like the Al Greens and Marvin Gaye and stuff like that. So, and I'm like, bro, a lot of these songs we still hear today. You know what I'm saying? Like these 40, 50-year-old songs, the Frankie, Frankie, oh my gosh, Frankie Beverly songs, like all these just huge songs we hear from 40, 50 years ago, they still get played at events, cookouts, commercials, everything.
Hmm.
What are the songs today, 40, 50 years from now, within our community that people are going to be playing? Because not only do we still play those songs from back then, the people that were born back then, they still play them. The generation after that, we still listen to them. We weren't even thought about 40 years ago.
Right.
Shawn Cee was not imagined when freaking Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye came out. But we still listen to I know sexual healing, I got sexual. That's such a great song. And it's like, what are these songs today that are going to last? That not only we're going to play them, the generation after them is going to play them. Like multiple generations are going to be touched by that, because I'm still moved by songs from the 80s and I wasn't there. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how do you feel about that? Because I don't feel like, I feel like comparing to back then to now, I feel like they had a lot of music that would last compared to us. And I don't feel like I'm like romanticizing the past. I think that's just truthfully speaking, they had more lasting music than we do.
Well, I think a good deal of what they were putting out, especially like from a black perspective, was like genuine. I think a lot of it genuinely was just inspiration. Like, I make this because I feel like this. And I'm not saying that that isn't the case for music today, but I mean, just like you're saying, like, I'm much, you gonna catch me listening if I really want to get into my, like, emotional, like, oh my God, like, this needs to speak to me type bag. I'm gonna listen to, Teddy Pendergrass or, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Your
And I'll listen to
posters, your posters behind you. So I'm gonna point that out. The Whitney
what,
Houston and the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would listen to that, especially. I can't believe you just brought up Whitney Houston. I know you just saw it, but I wasn't even thinking about that. But that would be like one of the people that I would listen to over anybody from this era. I think it's also because the bar is just so much different. I don't even think we're just talking about music. To get on and become a superstar and become huge, you had to have a massive level of talent. And that threshold is not the same as it is today because the music is more of a business now. And they're not thinking about how we can make this artist into like a megastar. They're thinking about how we can just monetize this person and just make any amount of revenue, because anybody can have a hit right now. I'm not saying that it's easy to make, but the credentials that you need to have, the skill set that you need to have is not that high. And so they can get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 R&B singers and rappers to come out and make a hit song, but can they make a great album? Do they have longevity? Do they have the talent to become, a next Whitney Houston or another Michael Jackson or another this or another that? They're having trouble finding the next quote-unquote big three, the next Cole, Kendrick, Drake combo. That's not going to happen again. We can't, if you can't replicate, and not even replicate, but if you can't compare to the success or the levels of people like that, you're never going to be able to compare to some of the greatest artists of all time. That's just not going to happen. But it's really just a consequence of lowering the bar. You know what I'm saying? Just so that you can monetize.
I got a J. Cole hot take, but I'm writing it down so I don't forget it, because I'm very curious what you feel about this. But we'll go back to that. So
I probably agree with you.
I don't think you will. But interesting thing is those people behind you, Whitney, you got Jimi Hendrix. You're talking about listening to Teddy Pendergrass or whatever. Isn't it crazy
Right.
to think that those artists were mainstream? Like, those were the artists that were getting number one, and those were the artists that were chart topping, and those niggas where everybody listening to them or whatever. But those artists
Mm-hmm.
today, those would be like the artists, like, if you know, you know. Like, you gotta find them on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, those aren't the type of artists that are chart topping or whatever. So then that
Because there's
makes,
no incentive.
well, no, but that was gonna make me, I was gonna ask this. You said there's no incentive, or because I'm very curious, is it a societal change? Is the society just not? Is that not what where society is at right now? Like, society don't want to hear a Whitney Houston or anything like that.
I
In
don't
regards of being like number one, like is society just not there at this point?
I don't even think it's about what they want to hear. I think it's about what you feed people.
Yeah.
Like I don't think, not to like make it like this, oh, we're all in the matrix. It's just I don't think humans are like that complicated by nature to where they wouldn't accept good shit if you fed it to them.
Yeah.
But the incentive, and I don't know, I was on stream recently and we were watching a video about Soul Illuminati, and Soul Illuminati's fucking insane. But he made an interesting point about like a lot of these niggas are making like TikTok songs or whatever.
The
And
The Uzi review, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so the incentive for them is when you see what's working, we have to change the taste. We have to change what we're feeding people. That's why you could hear I want to rock from Lil Uzi. Most Uzi fans and non-Uzi fans will acknowledge and accept that is nowhere near his best song, and then it's being pushed like crazy. It's being like flooded. There's an incentive for him to keep doing that because it's feeding a certain market. And that's why songs like that end up going number one, because it's fed to a certain demographic. They listen to it for a little bit, like 15, 10 seconds or something like that. They go and play the song. It gets a lot of plays. And Spotify or Apple Music, like these are like machines here. We're not caring about what the quality of the song is. We want what's being played the most. It don't have to be nothing. So the world could want a Whitney Houston. I think the world will want another Jimi Hendrix. I think the world will want another, you know what I'm saying, Marvin Gaye. But there's not a reason. The industry doesn't cater to that to a point where you would need the talent to shine through to that extent. And if niggas did hear it, you do have a point in that people probably wouldn't appreciate it. But a nigga like that isn't going to, unfortunately, he's not going to last. I don't think that type of music is going to last like right now because everything is just so quick. Everything is so fast. You got to get on the next thing immediately or else you're going to get, lost in the sauce.
So there's an artist who I found accidentally. Like I was trying to interview somebody, end up accidentally finding his page, and the profile picture it just looked like a tribute page, like of like an old dead singer from like the '60s. I'm like, let me see who this is or whatever. So I go and look at it, and I'm like, oh, this nigga's alive. Like I thought this nigga was dead. like this is a nigga from the 2022. I'm like, what's going on? And he makes like the Jimi Hendrix type of music. He lives in like England. He's black, or he lives somewhere. He don't live in England. He lives, I think, in like Sweden or somewhere in the UK or somewhere in the Europe area. And bro, this nigga is so fire. I gotta show you him. His name is Grande Mahogany. Dog,
I've
it's
definitely
no
never
way
heard
you would know who he is. He's like
that. No, I've never
literally,
heard of that.
literally found the nigga on accident. I'm gonna sing you some of his music, but can I be honest with you, bro? You brought up something about Lil Uzi. I just wanna rock.
Okay. You think it's his best song?
No, but that song gonna
Okay.
be here 10 years from now. That's one
Nah,
of them songs that's gonna stay.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna tell you why. Cause that song get you moving. That song is like legitimate, feel good. You want to dance song, nigga. You
Hmm.
think about what's here, nigga. This song came about 15 years ago, nigga. They still hitting the Cupid Shuffle. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying, bro? They still hitting the electric slide. They still hitting the. You feel me? This the
Niggas is not hitting the electric slide. They
huh?
not. I don't know what you talking. Niggas is not hitting the electric slide.
People
I don't
are
know where you
definitely
at.
hitting the electric slide.
Nah,
People are hitting the cha cha
nah.
slide for sure,
I don't know where you at. I don't know where they do that.
nigga.
They ain't been around for a minute. I ain't
This
seen that in a minute.
cause the pandemic. That's why you ain't seen nothing, nigga.
Eric, nah, bro.
Bro,
I don't know where you
I
want
know,
that. I don't know what bag you in
bro.
right
So
now.
hold on. So you telling me you didn't see that video where Biden had got elected and the people was in New York hitting the electric slide?
Them niggas is 85. Like, what you mean?
No, what are you talking? It was like young, progressive, like loser liberal people. It was like, what are you talking
Right?
about?
Okay, you either 85 or a loser. Like, why would you do that? Nobody
But
knows
but
that.
no. I'm just saying they were losers because like they was celebrating like bro they were pop locking like goddamn MLK's got elected, bro. It was outrageous. I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? But regardless of that, people are definitely dancing because people want to dancing ain't ever gonna go out of style. People gonna always want to feel good. And nigga,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you don't think people hitting the Cupid Shuffle, the cha cha slide at weddings and at events and stuff like that, you're
Yeah,
wilding if you're not thinking that.
at weddings, but like I'm saying like at a regular type. I'm talking about like on average. I'm not talking about the situations where it's a celebration
Yeah.
or niggas want to get jiggy all of a sudden because somebody died and they trying to feel good, at the funeral.
Yes.
I'm talking about in general. Like, you go to a spot, you go to a new spot right now in your area, you gonna see niggas doing the electric slide. No,
But nigga, they
that's
don't
not
play
happening.
music. They don't play music like that at the club. So what do you? Oh, come
I
on,
know
bro.
that, but I'm saying where you're generally gonna go with these things. I'm
But
not talking about like occasions where you're getting married or
but the song,
a baby is born or
it
something
don't
like that.
matter. The songs are around
It does
still.
matter.
No,
It
it
does matter.
don't.
It matters because it depends on what's being marketed. They're not marketing music that you can do the electric slide to. The incentive isn't for people to make music for niggas that are like 50 plus to do the electric slide to. And the cha-cha, like, nobody's going to do that. And that's why I'm saying for Uzi, the market, I'm not saying that we're going to be in a crazy creative place by now either, by the next 10 years or 15 years. I'm not saying that. But the market is going to change to the next thing so quickly that Uzi's Just Wanna Rock is still going to get lost in the sauce. That's going to be background music.
No, bro, because like I
That's
said,
not going to
bro,
be. That's not going to be a
that
soundtrack.
that's like
For people
that's like this generation's Cupid Shuffle, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro. Like
No.
Cupid Shuffle, Cha Cha Slide, forever going to be around. Like nigga,
Nah, I think
you know how many times I hear to the left, take it back now, y'all, reverse. Like, bro, that's after they play that, you gonna hear. Boo, doo,
you got some
doo,
old
doo,
ass
doo.
friends, Eric. I don't know
No,
what
bro,
you talking about.
you sound like you don't go outside, bro.
They do not be cha-cha sliding, my
I'm
nigga. What are you?
I'm not.
Where?
Sean, I'm not saying that you're going to go to damn go get some buffs, you know what I'm saying, then
Here this
go,
nigga go.
you know, you don't go to Hutch or whatever, bro, rest in peace to bro. It's not like you finna go to get like some Hutch jewelry, then go to the club and they gonna play Cash Doll and Cha Cha Slide. I'm not saying
First of
that.
all, why would you be going to the jewelry store and immediately out to the club same night?
Cause you're a
I don't know
nigga.
what.
Cause you're a
No,
nigga. That's
crazy.
why.
That's crazy. Same night you just got iced out. You going immediately.
That's why.
Nobody does.
Cause you're a nigga. But
Nah.
I look at it like these songs are always going to be around. You're moving the goalposts with, oh, they're not played here and they're played there. It's like, but nigga, they're still played. And like, nigga, there are young people at these functions too, and they know the songs, and they gonna hit the dance.
You're saying that like that means anything. I'm not talking about whether or not niggas are going to play it. Niggas are going to play everything. Everything is still going to get
but no,
played.
no. But I'm saying those songs are going to be those songs are like, bro, the Cha Cha Slide is like 20 plus years old, and freaking the other one, the Cupid Shuffle, is like 15 years old. Those songs are still played a lot.
My thing is, it's not about. Of course, niggas are still gonna play that, but this is exactly why. Again, the numbers conversation still matters because you have to get a very strong understanding of the demographic that is playing the songs and dancing to that type of music.
Yeah,
you have to. And so when you reference the Lil Uzi and the generation that's going to impact, that isn't going to last nearly as long. And I know you already said that, but that isn't going to be a 10, 15 year gap where niggas are playing that and that's going to be their quote unquote cha-cha slide. I just don't think it's going to be. Because music is moving too quickly for that song to last and have the staying power that the songs that you're referencing from 50 years ago do. That's just not going to happen.
So why is the Cupid Shuffle still here?
Because niggas are still alive.
That song is 15 years old. What are you talking about?
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm saying, like, why do you think people still play the Cupid Shuffle still, like, to this day? There are songs from 15 years ago that nobody plays.
Well, that's just better. That's not true. There are trash songs, but there's still plenty of songs. But like I said, again, you have to pull the demographic of people that is even playing that. Now, I'm not even talking about that specifically. I'm talking more so about, you talking about niggas doing the electric slide.
Yeah, people be doing the electric.
I'm not saying no, they don't. And again, that's why, like I said, you just need a poll. You need I'm in my white boy bag right now. You need a poll, a proper assessment of the group of niggas that are listening to this shit, so that you can have an accurate representation of who's playing this, where they're playing it at, how long they're doing it for. That's really it. But it's about the dancing argument, like that is so. It's so hard to like determine the reasons and even where that type of stuff is even played, like right now. Here we go, dog.
bro, this comes on. People are to the left, to the left.
I'm
Like,
not saying niggas aren't gonna participate. Okay, I think you putting it out there like I'm saying niggas is gonna sit there and be like, nah, this shit too old for me to sit up here and fuck with
yeah.
it. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I said. But I'm saying in general, you're not gonna have that plan. That's just
Yes.
maybe like I said, maybe Florida niggas is different.
No, but
like,
I'm just saying, like,
they are.
yes, nigga, you're not gonna go to a club, right? That's not Cupid Shuffle, Cha Cha Slide. Not gonna play at the club, right?
Not even just a club.
It's not gonna play at a block party for what young people probably. They're gonna be playing stuff of today. But I'm saying,
where do you be at then?
But I'm saying literally events, like I said, like a wedding, a baby shower, a like you said, like they might play that like after a funeral if niggas want to try to feel good. They might play that at a lot of a birthday event. Like niggas might play those songs, and I'm saying, Lil Uzi, I Just Want to Rock is in that category of Cha Cha Slides and Cupid Shuffles, where I feel like 10 years from now, every time that song, nigga will be niggas gonna be hitting that.
If you play that shit at a nigga funeral for niggas to feel good, I swear to God, like that's not on the same wavelength. And you made me forget my point because I was about to say something I think that would have just completely made you understand where I'm coming from, and I completely forgot it. I hope I can remember it and come back to it. It's not gonna mean nothing by the time I remember, but damn, I wish I could remember. It was right on the tip of my tongue.
While you're doing that, and we can go to something else, but before we do that, I want to call somebody and tag somebody in that's older than both of us, and I just want to see if I can get a better, you know what I'm saying? If I can just get a better grip on things.
That's not going to be a better understanding.
Well, no. I just want to see what this person's going to say. I'm just very curious what this person's going to say. This person's in their 30s. I'm calling him. This nigga may or may not pick up the phone.
Oh, I remember. I remember.
Hold on, real quick. Can you write down somewhere so you don't forget? All right, so Amp, I'm doing an interview right now, but I'm calling you because can you give me a quick input, right?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so we're talking about music that's gonna be here. Remember I said like what's gonna be here 40 years from now or whatever?
Yeah.
I said at least 10 years from now. I think that personally, I think Uzi's "I Just Want to Rock" is gonna be here, and I feel like that Uzi song low key might enter the same realm where Cha Cha Slide and Cupid Shuffle is in. So I'm just curious of your take on that.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's they randomly gonna be playing that like at a damn monster truck rally or like a Super Bowl randomly like years from now and shit like that. I can see that happening at events, not in our daily life. At events only.
Exactly that's just what I said, Sean.
That's
exactly what I said. What are you talking? What did I say? What did I say if I didn't say that?
Now you only talked to me just now this whole time about niggas are gonna do that. They gonna play that at weddings. They gonna play that at you know what I'm saying.
Those are events. Yes, wedding is an event.
But I'm talking about casually. That's why I mentioned.
I never said. But what I said plenty of times, they're not going to play that at the club. They're not going to play that at.
That's what the whole shit was about.
Oh, but did I not say that? Did I not say?
Niggas are not electric sliding just casually.
I never said niggas are electric sliding casually. I said at events niggas are hitting the cha cha slide. Sean, so I said niggas are at the club electric slide. That's what I said, Sean.
That's what I've been talking about this whole time.
But did I not reiterate that I didn't think that people were going to be doing that at clubs? I said that, right?
I'm not talking about events. Events are shits that you just do every now and again. I'm talking about daily life activities.
But my point is, 15 years ago, there's songs that came out that people don't play at events, and I'm saying that they didn't last like Cupid Shuffle did. I feel like "I Just Want to Rock" is going to last the same way Cupid Shuffle did.
And I still disagree with that still, though. But my whole point about this wasn't even about events, because you started off talking about how these things, there were songs that weren't long lasting in general, outside of the context of events or casual, just in general, like talking about how these songs from I don't know who you just mentioned when you were talking about it the first time around.
Yeah, just old songs.
Yeah, old songs. They're basically like how they're basically so much more poignant, how they're basically better than a lot of the stuff from today. It's not gonna last as long, the stuff from today. And so that's what I mean. Like the song I could just casually put on, Trouble Man for Marvin Gaye. I'm not saying niggas just randomly do that, but I'm just saying like that's a very popular song that also has a lot of replay value. I get why people hold that song so near and dear. There's a lot of songs though that are great from the older generation that I'm not bumping casually is what I'm saying. I mean this in the context of like It's a random day. I'm not even doing shit. Boom. Here's a good day for me to play some fucking Teddy Pendergrass or some. You know what I'm saying? I forgot old girl's name. I'm not even gonna say her name, but you know what I mean.
Hey, niggas, hey, I'm not one of these niggas, but Atlanta niggas like to dance. Uzi might become a staple in like Atlanta niggas dance things. Like we finna have a dance off and nigga just start. I don't know, but I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep you for too long. Amp, you got any comments on anything we just said?
I don't know. I feel like y'all both got points, but as far as like, for example, Trouble Man, that's just something. That's just a song you just play in general. Like I said, the Uzi shit, I don't see somebody just casually just playing it every day in their life past this year. But definitely at an event or whatever, yeah, definitely niggas definitely gonna be playing the Uzi. Cause like, you gotta think about like Macarena, for example. Niggas just don't be down the street just playing Macarena with all four windows down. If they play that shit on fucking the Today Show real quick, yeah, get the Macarena off.
When the last time we did the Macarena?
Last time I did the Macarena was the first grade, and that was 1996, because I'm old.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. I will call you back. All right.
All right.
All right. Macarena. But yeah, yes. That's the perfect way I feel like to wrap this up. Little Uzi, I just want to rock is this generation's Macarena.
Macarena. I know you be going crazy. Like you gotta be joking.
No, I'm being very serious when I say this.
Yeah, no, that's not it. But I feel what you're saying, but I don't at the same time. Like that's not it at all.
My J. Cole take. Remember that though. Hold on? Did you write down? Did you say what you had to say? You wrote it down.
I did.
Okay.
I wrote 3 boxes. I don't know how the fuck I remember.
My J. Cole take. So very. Well, no. Let's wrap up what we were talking about. Music being like like what's going to stay here. Do you have any? What are the artists you think are going to be here? Are going to have music that's going to be here 40 years from now? The same way a Teddy Pendergrass or Marvin Gaye might be.
I mean, it's I think a lot of them still going to last. A lot of the music that they've been putting out won't. If you ask me, like, what's a time frame that you can give me? Like 20, 30 years from now, do I think niggas will be playing, Drake music still?
Yeah.
From like 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kendrick? Yeah. Daniel Caesar might have that one song. I mean, he got a strong voice. Maybe he make it, maybe he don't. I don't know. But, whole songs can still, get that type of replay value from whenever that time is going to be. I think people are going to last. I just think people have to do so much more because the music that they've been making doesn't stand the test of time. Because even right now, if you ask me, like, what my favorite Drake is about to be, this nigga's marketing music off the back of his old shit. His marketing campaign for this new album is, y'all like the old Drake? Well, don't worry, I'm about to bring him back. No, nigga, I know what he sound like already. I got the best of him, like 13 years ago, whenever the best of him came out. Now you're trying to go back and keep trying to recapture that. And I feel like we're in a cycle where people who've been on for a little minute are constantly trying to recapture that lightning in the bottle. So of course their new shit don't last as long. But the shit that, they dropped when they first came out, you can play Lil Uzi Money Longer, EXO Tour Life, 20 minutes. Like, I'll be playing that, or I could understand somebody casually playing that 20, 30 years from now. You look at what Kendrick Lamar, some of his deeper cuts and some of his best songs. Of course, I hear that being played, years from now. So I think they will last, but they're trying, I feel like, so hard to maintain that legacy.
Nigga really tried to say that I said niggas gonna be playing that song casually in the club. Nigga no damn well like say that, bro.
You definitely said that. You definitely tried to put that narrative out there. Like,
in the comments,
electric slide.
In the comments, you guys tell me what I said. But my J. Cole,
I know what you said.
My nigga, you said I was lying. This nigga here lying.
I know what you said. I know what you said.
Anyway, my J. Cole take is man, J. Cole. I have a love-hate relationship with J. Cole. I think J. Cole is very talented, but I think also J. Cole is somebody who needs to he can be a lazy writer at times and not really write up to the capabilities I think he can. With that said, you know what J. Cole needs to do next, man? J. Cole needs to give us a blues album.
I agree.
Then I think you would agree with that.
Yeah, 100%. I think one of my favorite J. Cole songs, or one of my favorite J. Cole modes, is where this nigga sad. He is the best. Like, there is no, and I think it's his voice. I always say J. Cole has my favorite voice in hip hop, my absolute favorite, because you can hear like the strain in his throat. Like, this nigga about to cry or something on the mic. You can hear when he's like sad or really trying to make niggas feel where he coming from. And I got a lot of that off of he had an interlude track off the DJ Khaled album from 2016, Major Key. I forgot what the name of the song was, but you could hear how like sad the nigga was. And in general, I think when he's in a bag where he has to kind of like perspective rap, like he made a song on For Your Eyes Only, the title track, that's his best written song. And you can hear, like I said, the whole time how he feels. No other, I don't think any other rapper is as expressive when it comes to that type of struggle or that type of pain than J. Cole is. Really, I just don't think he's a good writer
And
or a great writer.
I feel like you don't even have to be a great writer to be a blues artist, because a blues artist, you're just expressing yourself, and like if people could feel it, people could feel it. And I feel like
He's also a rapper.
the two examples of that. Have you ever seen one? He performed "Be Free" on David Letterman, and
I did see that.
bro, that nigga there, bro, that I remember a nigga told me like he seen that as a kid, and he was like, bro, I don't even want to sell drugs no more. Like, that nigga was like, that junk changed. He was like, bro, what we doing, bro? Because that nigga was just, I don't want to see my people die. All I want to do is take the chains off. Like, that's a blues song. And then, speaking of For Your Eyes Only, the intro track on there, it's some freaking, I don't know, it sounds like something from the Declaration of Independence. It's like For Whom Tolls the Bell or whatever.
That nigga was marching.
Bro, that song, that, I don't know. That song is so crazy, and it's a blues song. If J. Cole can give us a blues EP, not even a full album, but just like a 7-song EP, I think it might be some of the best work in his career.
I think that'll definitely be some of his best. I still think that writing wise, that's his weakest point, and I'm not saying that you need to be like an amazing singer to be a blues artist. But it will require a bit more than him just, doing what he's usually done when it comes to those blues records that you're talking about, the ones that you mentioned. He would have to take it. He would really have to take it there. But because he's one of the few artists, like I said, that gets away with not being able to sing that well, because you can just feel him. He's like really passionate, at least.
He's I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I think that he would have to be like some amazing singer, because you listen to like blues, I don't think a lot of them like old blues singers are good singers really at all. They just,
no. I'm not saying that he needs to be an amazing singer.
Yeah.
I'm saying that he still would have to step it up range wise for me to be able to like take a blues album from him like seriously, because what he's been doing, it teeters, but I feel like he could still take it, up a notch or two. I'm not saying he got to be like a better singer, like a way better singer.
Yeah.
Because like I said before, there's some artists in hip hop right now, we accept their poor singing because we feel these niggas. Like, they just, you know what I'm saying? It's a certain feeling that you get that doesn't require you to be like a technically great singer. But I still think Cole, as it is, if he were to make it with what he's done, like on the same type of material or same type of talent that he's been showing, on those earlier blues records,
Yeah.
I still think he would have to step it up a little bit vocally. But he don't have to be great, like you said. I don't think he needs to be great.
I'm so sorry. I just seen a video of YNW Melly recording himself in a suitcase. Like he was in a suitcase.
I saw a video about that on a JCS video. It was a documentary where niggas was this couple. I guess they were beating each other, and she put him in a suitcase because they were playing hide and seek or whatever. That's the way she explained it to detectives. And she was like, I just left him in there. I went to sleep and the nigga died in the suitcase.
Bro, this nigga YNW Melly, he said, I'm finna turn myself in, but I'm in a suitcase.
Oh, that's why he made the video. Okay. That's literally no other context?
Look at this nigga.
And I'm gonna turn myself in, but I'm in a suitcase because these are harassing me.
Oh, no. Yeah, that nigga did it.
Is he okay? Is he
Nah,
okay?
he's not. He's not. He's not. That nigga did it.
Hey man, we can close this out with a topic that I want to talk about. Unless you have something else after this. Man, it hurts me to say, bro, because this was one of my favorite rappers when he first came out. I was in high school defending him. Love this
The
guy.
baby.
Yes, I was in high school defending the baby. No, nigga, that was not happening.
Ever. I
Freaking
never know it's you.
Gunna, man, he is. Man, it's hard. It's hard to say. Gunna is making
Nah.
better music than Young Thug.
Oh. Yeah.
It
No.
hurts to say.
No.
It hurts
No.
to
No.
say.
No.
It hurts to say. And
No.
and let me add this caveat: Gunna has been making better music than Young Thug for years. Hurts
Mm,
to say.
I think. I think.
You're not listening to Punk, bro. Don't do that, bro.
Yeah, but nobody. Wait. Punk isn't out, is it?
Yes, that's my point. You're not
Is that
listening
the
to
guitar?
Punk.
Is that the? No. Is that like
Yes, that's the two
purple album
people.
cover?
Yes,
Oh
the,
yeah. No. 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 Okay.
nobody listening to, bro. You're not listening to that, bro. Don't do
Yeah, but
that.
I always said before in the past, like I'm not going to Thug for albums. I'm not. I don't care about Young Thug having good albums or great albums. I care about Young Thug having those few songs off of his records that I'm gonna end up playing, or those few songs off of his albums that I'm gonna end up playing, and that's really all I need to take with me. Gunna, historically speaking, has not done shit for me, and has generally been a Thug clone, um, significantly less interesting. Um, but I do think on this most recent album, if I'm comparing the two, I got way more songs that I'm taking with me from the Gunna album than I am the Thug album. But the best of the best Thug is still more interesting or entertaining than Gunna is to me. Like even if I put like Back to the Moon on, or I play his intro track, or I play Go Crazy. Go Crazy is fucking phenomenal too. Even if I put those songs on, I'm like, Thug could really kill this. He really could. If I put Thug in the same position, like he would destroy all of these tracks. He just would.
But also, historically speaking, for the past 5 years, every song that Gunna has been on with Thug, he's out-rapped him tremendously.
Yeah, but I'm talking about personality too.
Man, I feel like
Gunna is boring.
no, I feel like Gunna shows more personality on Hot.
That's one song.
Bro, Ski, all of the songs that they've been on, the songs on Slime and B, he out-rapped Young Thug tremendously, like everything that they've been on about the past 5 years. But that's
No, I look at them rapping together as more than just like I said. Like I don't know if you talking about like quoting a line or some shit like that.
I'm saying
or you talking about
overall.
sticking to I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all. Thug isn't even matched by a lot of people that he features with. I can hear an entire Gunna song, even within the last 5 years, and feel like I heard nothing. Like there aren't memorable moments a lot of the time to a lot of those Gunna songs. And I'm not saying he ain't got a flow. I'm not saying that bro don't know how to rap. I'm just saying I end up coming away from a lot of those songs not having felt like I listened to anything.
that's how I feel about Thug, man. At this point, and it's sad because you saying that Thug, you didn't go to different albums. I did. Barter 6, one of my favorite rap albums of all time.
Yeah, but that was so long ago.
But that's
I only maintain this perspective on Thug like probably after Jeffrey.
and we last time we did this video, we had a debate. I don't want to do it again, but yeah, I don't like Jeffrey. I don't think Jeffrey's good. So
I don't think it was that great, but
okay,
I still think it was. It was. I could again. It was another one of those examples where it's like I got to take the best of the best from this and just move on. Now I'm not saying if you wanted to say like Young Thug is not a great artist when we talk about his discography over the last 7 years or so, you could say that if you want. Even though I don't think that So Much Fun was like a terrible project. I didn't think it was that strong either. But I feel that way about almost every Thugger project since Jeffrey. Yeah, like every single one.
yeah.
But I felt even worse about Gunna. If Thug is here, Gunna has always been down here.
Man, but that last Gunna album's good.
It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think it's his best album, and I think all the allegations or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like pushing him into a corner. You know, I think that was probably the best move for him. Because he got a lot of good songs off of that last one.
Man, it makes me sick.
Album itself, nah.
To my Thug or Gunna?
Gunna. Like the whole album itself, like nah. I'm still taking like maybe half of it, if that, maybe a little less than half.
I like that album, man. That's a good album to me. Freaking Young Thug though, is just It's sad, man. That was my guy, my favorite rapper.
I
Like,
mean, he.
it was him and Future at one point. Like, bro, these are my guys. And then
I
it just,
understand that.
I don't know what happened, man. Future's still making some of the best music of his career, but
He is.
I don't know.
But everybody, like I said, Doug just not. He ain't in that space.
No, he's not in that space right now. You're right. But you got anything else you want to talk about, man? A-
Um,
any topics on your brain? Are you streaming tonight?
I'm not. I'm still trying to come up with a streaming schedule. It's been like a year and a half. I'm still not. I still don't know exactly what days I want to do. I might stream tomorrow. I'm not gonna stream tomorrow. I'll be lying. I try not to. It sounds good, but it just don't be happening sometimes.
Anything on your brain? You
Well,
don't even gotta be music related. Just stuff that's been in your brain at all.
nothing crazy. You could tell me what if you were anticipating any record. Oh, well, we could. I ain't got much to say about it, but like I do want to hear what you think about Utopia.
The Travis Scott thing?
Yeah,
Not a thought at all.
you don't have any thoughts. Do you
I don't
do
have
you, do
one
you
thought.
indulge in Travis Scott at all?
I like
Do you not
that.
see the hype or
I like the
appeal?
Astro World. He just corny, but
What, like as a rapper, you think he's corny, or just the whole image or
just
whatever?
him. Like, you remember when
All
Mike
right,
Brown
damn.
died and he was like, Mike Brown was a bully.
I do not remember that.
He went on Hot 97 and was like, Mike Brown was a bully.
Only rapper I thought that got like any coverage with the Michael Brown shit was A$AP Rocky. I didn't hear nobody else talking about it.
Nah, you never see that Young Thug video where they asked him about it at the BET
Nah,
Awards? He was like, man,
I
he was like, we young
I
niggas
didn't
turn,
even
he was like, we young niggas turned up getting money right now.
I didn't even know that nigga was at the BET Awards. Travis Scott.
No. Young Thug said that at the BET
Oh yeah.
Awards. Travis Scott said it in a Hot
Oh,
97 interview.
okay, that makes more sense.
So
I
yeah,
didn't even know that.
but yeah, I don't know. He just a weird nigga. But I mean, yeah, he makes some decent music. I like Astroworld, but when it comes, I'm gonna listen to it. But I just have no thoughts on Utopia. Do you? I have none.
I don't either, but I wanted to like I ask other people because there are people like that are so passionate about Travis Scott that feel like this urge to have like to call me a hater whenever I say that he's not a good rapper. So I ask people about Travis because I be trying to see like what the hype is, if it's anything to be like, you know what I'm saying, if it's anything to go crazy over.
There's no way you thought I was gonna be a Travis Scott stan.
I mean, you like honestly, never mind. Nothing surprising me about you.
You come on, come on, man. I listen to
You
freaking.
can't in one breath call Travis Scott corny and then be like, oh yeah, when are you gonna change your mind on honestly, never
It's
mind.
great
Like, come on,
music. That's great music, man.
that's
You get
not,
some
and especially.
honestly never
Well, go
mind.
ahead.
Then I turn in some like Florida music. You know, it's like music
That is
make you
the
feel good.
nastiest transition I could imagine.
You
What the
know what I'm
fuck?
saying, man?
No, I don't. I don't want to know what that world looks
Falling
like.
back on you,
Until real
falling
Boston Richie is
until you
fucking
feel me to
crazy.
Real Boss and Richie, Wiz having all them niggas,
Nah,
man. You know, so
nah. You got that. You got that.
yeah.
You got that.
Anything else
That's
on
a
your mind today,
nasty
man?
thing. Nah, nah.
Niggas say when he wants to talk no more. That is
He's like,
super
got it. They
duper
got it.
funny. You need to. I will say this, end it like this. You do need to expand your Florida rap uh catalog. Some good stuff coming out right now from Florida, man.
I feel that. I'm always open ears to that. I like
Hmm.
Florida niggas.
I'm
The way
pretty.
they,
I'm
the way
pretty
they
sure.
rap.
Pretty sure you're aware the two niggas on the double XO list. Um,
Richie and
Lil Tyler on there.
Lil Tyler's from Florida?
You can't tell?
No,
Yeah.
I don't be listening to his music like that either, though.
Gotcha. He from Florida. He from Tallahassee. They're from the same city.
Oh, I never would have known that.
They're from the same city. Tallahassee got a bunch of rappers coming out right now, but yeah, man. Those are, I think, is there anybody else from Florida on there? Nah, it's just them two. And then you
Nah,
got the goat Finesse 2 times on there. Love Finesse 2 times.
yeah, he did good on this freestyle too.
Fun
It was
fact.
really funny.
Fun fact. He used to ghostwrite for Moneybagg Yo.
I wouldn't know. I barely listen to Young Moneybagg.
Moneybagg Yo stinks.
I know.
I do like Finesse though. I do like Finesse. But yeah. Where is she? But yeah, I gotta put you on some Florida rappers. Anybody listening right now, go check out freaking Wiz Havin. He's really good. It's a bunch of rappers from Florida, but yeah, man, this is a good one. We have to do this again. I feel like it's got to be a mid year, because last year was the mid year type of thing. So mid year type of debate thing
Yeah.
where I absolutely watch you.
Oh no, this time I don't know, bro.
We'll let the
You got
comments.
niggas electric slide.
Well, that's
Nah,
a
that's crazy.
bro. I mean, to act like people don't electric slide at events, you're people don't cupid. So you when the last time you said somebody cupid shuffle? Or so you tell me people don't cupid shuffle at weddings and stuff, nigga?
You got 65-year-old friends.
Nigga think they playing Chief Keef at weddings and stuff. All right, man.
I ain't say that, but I don't know where you be at. And I never said nothing about events. You stay with this narrative. I said I was solely speaking about casual, everyday usage for songs. That's what that started off of.
We'll let the comments decide. But any last words you got, man?
I'm 3-0.
You gotta. I remember last time you said you were freestyle. You want to end it off with a freestyle? You got any bars?
Absolutely not. I don't. I tried. In my head, I thought I had something. I'm not about to make it.
Come on.
I'm not about to make it.
I hit you with.
Nah,
Let me see your shirt. Let me see your shirt real quick.
No, I'm not showing you.
Let me see your shirt real quick.
Nah, I'm
It
cool.
said Phoenix something. What is that?
Yo, chill, nigga, chill. What you doing?
You got
Cool
it.
out, bro. You out. Chill.
So I'll let the fans decide who took this one. But for everybody watching, appreciate it. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters are gonna hate, players gonna play. You guys holler at your boy.